Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. It's gonna be game 2 between between Exio and Numero Uno. I'm sorry about that. EGL Summoners Cup number 14 Grand Final. That is how good this that last game was. It threw me completely off, and I am very excited to go into game 2 here. As before, my name is The Pash, and with me casting here is a very good friend and colleague of mine, Havgaz. As before.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I can't fault you for being out of breath there. That last game really was incredible. Numero Uno really trying to prove that they are Numero Uno. And XU, what are you going to do? They really need to pull this one out of the bag and show something around. And we're into it. Picks and bans coming out. And there is a target ban, respect ban straight away from XU. Orianna being taken away from Gyrodork. And a Nasus ban as well. These are really, like, tipping the hat here straight towards Numero Uno.
Yes, Orianna, of course, did come out very, very big in that last game for Numero Uno, so it's not quite surprising to see that ban coming out right there. And actually what we did not quite mention in the last game, a little bit of a mind game coming out of Exio right there. We did see the Syndra getting banned away, specifically to target Shoals, and what he did last game is he went and played AD carry. And sent Mr. Leftleg, who is normally the AD carry for XU, as we have seen so far, into the middle lane. I just thought that was quite interesting and wanted to elaborate on that a little bit. As it stands, we do see some more bans coming out from Numero Uno. Vi and Annie right here. The Annie ban, interesting as well. They do not want XU to have that Annie.
Yeah, XU didn't play Annie last game. It was Numero Uno who played Annie, and it was very scary to watch with the wombo combo with the Orianna. Maybe they've decided that without Orianna, like, the Annie's not really worth it, so let's just make sure that AV can't use it. This last ban now, Riven. That means Thresh is open for AV. That's something that's going to be very scary. Or maybe they're hoping that they can, catch out the one bad hook and let that one go through. Maybe they're just saying, here you go, guys. We might just punish you for that one single mistake you made, in spite of, respecting every other amazing play you made. But here we go. Shyvana being picked up. She managed to make it through. A slippery little dragon got through the net this time.
Yep. Kairu, we have seen him play Orianna before, and as we have already said last time, when she was banned away, she really underlines Exio's playstyle. They usually go for these dive and pick heavy compositions that just go in, are deep in your face, and are going to try to deal some damage. And Shyvana with her Dragon's Descent does exactly that. And much more in terms of damage. In terms of tankiness, she just soaks up all the damage. Gets very hard to kill later on in the game once she gets going. We do see Numero Uno picking up the Vayne here.
MC Winegum's going to take that one.
Yep, that's true.
Fairlife going to pick up the Sona here. So we're seeing a Sona Vayne bot lane. Just two very strong champions in all. Maybe Vayne was MC Winegum's priority pick in that last game and decided, hey, I'll take it now. He took the Tristana in an attempt to overcome the Vayne, and it did work, of course. We saw Tristana dealing a ton of damage. You said to me, actually, in the break, something that's very crucial that we didn't really pick up on. That Tristana had a red buff for a long time in the game. A really good invade, gave him the early red buff. Passed it over nice and early to Thresh, but then picked it up again. And then the red buff was given over later on by a trade. I think it went from Wannabe 1991 over to someone on XU, and then back over to MC Winegum, and then it was picked up again, and there was a lot of back and forth of sharing of the red buff, but overall MC Winegum had it for a long time. Interesting to see if that'll happen again. In the meantime, though, counterpick to the Sona Vayne bot lane, Caitlyn Tarek. Tarek, here we go. He's been seeing a lot of play recently. The Season 4 changes have made it so he is very strong. The gold input gives him a huge amount of opportunities to be a super, super heavy frontline tank, along with that armor passive he gets. And overall, it looks like XU are going for a very scary composition already.
Caitlyn Tarek getting picked up right there for X2, so we're gonna see AV on that Tarek. Gonna see if he will be able to pull off as amazing of plays as he did in the last game. I am quite surprised to not see that Thresh pickup, to be honest. I would have expected for him to go for it, possibly even first pick, because it was just so strong in the last game. We do see Sejuani getting picked up for Wannabe 1991. That is a fairly reasonable pickup. We have seen him come out big in that last game. Did his work quite well, quite efficiently. He was always there when XU attempted to do their blue buff, to apply pressure, to try and steal that away. It was not successful, but he was there, and that's where it counts. He puts the pressure where it needs to be at times, at the exact same times. And Olaf getting picked up here for JJMC. Quite interesting to see.
Yeah. They talked about that one for a while, you could tell, and then JJ just said, hey, I want it, let's take it, it can go well on the team. Interesting. JJMC may be a very up-and-coming player, but Olaf is the one that people are really watching in terms of champions. Apparently, he is going to be a very highly contested pick and ban in competitive levels of play, but it was mostly, I was understanding, in the jungle, because if you max his axe, he can clear the jungle very quickly and then become, of course, a super tank who can charge down your AD carry and stop any stuns and such, any attempts to kill him and stop him from charging you down. In the top lane, however, it may be a different story. I don't know. It could just be a comfort pick for JJ. We'll have to wait and see how well he does here. On the other team, Mr. Leftleg was hovering over Morgana. Got a bit excited for that, but nope, he's not going to let me have that excitement. We're seeing a Fizz and an Aatrox being picked up on the other side of XU.
That suggests that the Shyvana will actually go over to Rin for the top lane, and we're going to see Keiru playing Aatrox again, just like in the last game. He has been an Aatrox player throughout this tournament. We have seen him pick him up quite often, and he usually performed on him as well, so that's kind of a comfort pick for Keiru. As we do see Mr. Leftleg picking up that Fizz, and Gragas getting hovered over for Gyrodork here in numero uno.
Yeah, I wouldn't be scared. I would be scared if I were XU with that Gragas. I wouldn't be surprised if Gyrodork could play it well. We've seen how well he plays Orianna. Changing his pick, it looks like, to a Lissandra. Much more reasonable, I think, in terms of the mid lane. Gragas has a very hard match up against Fizz. That troll pole, if you can read it correctly, can get out of the explosive cask. But Lissandra, a very, very staple counter to Fizz. What I'm interested to see here is who is AD carry and who is mid. The trades are going to go across here for XU, and as you said, Charles was the mid laner. Now it looks like, following the last game, he did very well on AD carry. He's now going to stick on AD carry, and Mr. Leftleg is sticking in the mid lane. Bit of a mix-up, but always good to see some versatility from the teams that come into these tournaments.
Yep, and we do see that numero uno has noticed that as well. I was actually quite curious to see if this time XU would go for Chills in the mid lane again, expecting numero uno to not ban out that Syndra, because they did see Chills play AD carry in the last game. And then, surprise, surprise, we picked the Syndra. Chills is in the mid lane again. That would have been amazing to see. Who knows? Maybe game 3 if it gets to that.
Maybe game 3 if it gets to that. In the meantime, though, these team compositions looking to be very unique, if anything. I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes. There's going to be a lot of skirmishing, I feel, in the jungle. That might be where it goes. You have got a huge team fight composition, though, coming out of numero uno. You've got the ultimate of Lissandra. The ultimate of Sejuani as well just means that people are going to be moving very slowly and mostly they're just going to be standing very still. And then with a Sona Crescendo to follow up, that's really going to let Olaf wail in on the backline that's going to be coming through. But I still can't help but feel this was a good pickup by XU. They've got a very slippery team to play against. The Dragon, the Fish, Caitlyn with that net, and of course Aatrox with the Dark Flight to get away. All you got left there, whenever the whole of the enemy team disappears over a wall, is Tarek. And, you know, gems are truly outrageous. Truly outrageous indeed. But in relevant talk, though, he will be very tanky and very difficult to kill. It'll be interesting to see how this goes. A lot of back and forth, I think, will be coming out, and really, I couldn't call it. That last game there just proved why I can't call anything at the moment. I cannot say there's an advantage here or there's an advantage there, because both of these teams will just pull out all the stops. Really, though, XU are going to have to make sure they control their objectives. That is where the main place where numero uno took the last game. They had, I think, at 18 minutes, 7 towers to 1 and 2 dragons in their favor over XU, and that it only put them about 4,000 gold in the lead, but it was enough. And then they were able to, holding up that mid tower, had a really good map position that they landed that wombo combo to win the team fight and take objectives. It's really that objective play that XU are going to have to be very, very cautious of.
Yes, indeed. Very, very true. Ixio kind of lacking in objective control. During the last game, we did see a very strong early game come out from them in terms of aggression and kills, but Numero Uno, they played the objective game, and they played it well. They did take that first inhibitor at 19 minutes, and there's just underlines just how much pressure they are able to apply on the map where they need it. And I've been saying this a lot, but I want to stress this. Numero Uno really amazes me with their objective play, with their map play.
Yeah, really, it's very impressive, especially, like, in my experience of this new season, it's very hard for the jungler to give a lot of pressure to objectives, and that's really where junglers in Season 3, that's where they managed to put in their toes worth. They may not have had much gold, they may not have been the best item characters, you know, mostly going for tank and utility, a second support, if you will. But at the moment, because of how slow the jungle is, it's really hard for them to keep that pressure up. But Numero Uno, they are just doing it. Wannabe is able to put the pressure in the right place so that the laners can really convert the pressure into maybe a kill and definitely into objectives. It's very, very strong objective play coming from what could have been a very objectively difficult meta to control. Very impressive from Numero Uno.
Very impressive indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on. We're in the loading screen. The delay period has ended. It is going to be Game 2 of the EGL Summoners Cup number 14 Grand Final between XU and Numero Uno. And it is going to be one hell of a game. While we're waiting for the players to load in, let me again direct your attention to our Twitter question of the day, which for today is, with Season 4, lots of changes have been pushed through in both game flow and jungle, and also in items and vision and all that. Obviously, that has opened up more opportunities for how the game can be played. Now, our question to you is it viable to leave out the jungler, to not go for the jungler, and indeed go for a 2-1-2 lane matchup? Send us your thoughts in 140 characters or less. Tweet us at EGL. Be sure to use the hashtag EGLLOL, and we will be reading some of your responses later on in the broadcast.
Yeah, it's something that's been played about with, really, with the relic shields and the changes that have been put into that. The ability to go 2-1-2 is a lot of gold shared. And junglers overall, they only really start to kick into the game at the moment when they get that first big item, the Spirit of X, Spirit of the Ancient Golem, Elder Lizard, or Spectral Wraith. That sort of thing is when they really start to come into it. And the 2-1-2, it's definitely something that you can consider. It'll be interesting to see how this meta develops, though. But forget about the 2-1-2. These guys are running 1-1-2 as we've seen, and we are now into game. We have XU versus Numero Uno. Numero Uno are Uno game Uppo in this final, and their teams are going in. Ping's going down right now. It looks like there's going to be an invade again coming out of XU.
Well, last time it was Numero Uno who did invade, and this time, judging by their pings, they're going to try to do this again. And their blue buff donation over to Mech Winegum early on in the game. As we have seen, due to a beautiful gank coming out of Keiru, they were not quite able to capitalize on that because Joles was able to pick up 2 early kills, but they didn't even need the red buff. They showed that even though Mech Winegum had suffered an early death along with his support, they pulled the lane around, they consistently won the trades down there, and it's going to be exciting to see how the matchup this time will go off. We do see Numero Uno again invading, this time on the blue buff. Let's see if they can donate that over to the mid laner. XU also making the moves, though. They are also at the enemy blue buff, but it does not look like they will be going for it. They haven't placed down any wards, so just poking their head into the enemy jungle.
Having a look. Looks like they just want to see if they could say hi to them. Yep. Wish them GLHF before the game began. But they didn't find anyone there. I think they're preparing for a red buff start or so. So they're going to go back and prepare for their own red buff. We're going to see Rin walking top on that Shyvana, going to try and go toe-to-toe in what should be a 1v1, I think, between JJ and himself in that top lane. Might arrive a bit late, but Rin, he's checking the blue buff.
Yes, he does run in there. There's the ward. He knows what's going on. Will he run in and try to prevent this one? There's the undertow onto him. They do manage to chase him away from that blue buff. Will he be able to smite it away before Wannabe can take it? No, Wannabe does take it now. They go aggressive onto him. He will be able to get away from this one, but he does lose his first blue buff, and they're doing it again. Gyrodork now with his own blue buff in the middle lane. They donated the blue buff over to their mid laner, letting the jungler take the enemy blue buff. It's just that game one all over again, only on opposite sides of the jungle.
Yeah, that's going to be huge. That fish is really going to be very well chilled by this Lissandra in the mid lane. That blue buff means that the 20% cooldown reduction and the mana sustain of an already very mana-easy champion of Gyrodork is going to just bully him to pieces, and we can see that now. Gyrodork, with the blue buff, had the level advantage there, and now has been able to bully Fizz down under that turret. It's going to be very difficult for him. Really, Mr. Left Leg's just got to sit tight, hope he doesn't die too much. Bit of a slap back and forth here in the top lane.
Yep. Rin and JJMC trading some damage right there, but that's to be expected of top laners. Top lane is the lane where we do see the quarrels, but we do see Ignite going down out of both champions. Rin going very, very low. One more auto attack. Oh, there's the flash. Will JJMC? Yes, he did burn his ghost, trying to get onto Rin, but it will not quite be enough. But here we do see Wannabe 1991 waiting in that brush, waiting for an opportunity to get in. Rin is very, very low, and there he comes. He's gonna flash, he's gonna charge, he's gonna be... No! Kyrie comes in as well with the Dark Flight, managing to save Rin's life. Such a clutch situation up in that top lane, and the game continues to be amazing.
Do you have Celine Dion? Because that was a case of, and I will always love you. The Dark Flight there was perfect to keep Rin alive. He was one hit from death, and in comes his flying Dark-Winged savior. Kairu played that beautifully to keep his top laner alive. Just made sure that Wannabe could not get the kill there. Really incredible play from Kairu to keep him alive.
If things continue to go as they are, I would not mind if this was a best of 10, because I want these teams to play. They're so amazing, and it's just astonishing to see what kind of plays they pull off. Game 1 was amazing. Game 2 is off to an amazing start. I want XU to win this just so we can see them play more.
Yeah, we shouldn't support a team, really, as casters. We're supposed to be impartial, but come on, XU, give us more games.
Yes.
We want to see this go on and on and on. It's really very incredible what we're seeing. Still, though, no kills going across. Bit of bullying, bit of a CS lead, actually, in the bot lane, but that's to be expected. You've got a blue side Caitlyn against a red side
But here we see Karo moving around the middle lane. Gyrodork will be able to use his glacial path to get away. Well, it was clutch, though.
It was good. Well played there by Gyrodork. And overall, well played by Gyrodork. That blue buff giving him such an advantage. He's got double the CS here of Mr. Left Leg. It's going to be down to Mr. Left Leg to use that teleport he's packing to really give some good map pressure and get those ganks off. And that's why I reckon he'll be scary. When he hits level 6, he can teleport in. But he needs the ability to do that first. All the lanes are pushed. He can't teleport in behind anyone and make it super effective. It's just going to be a case of waiting and watching and seeing if it happens as Wannabe's coming in the bot lane.
Yes, he is. He's waiting in that brush. There is no ward in there from XU. And their minion wave is just coming in. Will we see the gank happen? He's patiently waiting. Now he decides to make the move. Chills and Ivy there. They do manage to stun Ivy against the wall, and Wannabe who cuts off his way. The exhaust is down. He has to burn his flash to get away, but there's a charge in from Wannabe. Will he be going down here? Will it be enough? One more Silver Pulse proc. Sona picks up the first blood. Very well played right there. Chill's also getting very, very low, but will not be quite enough to pick him up. Still, beautiful play out of NumN0. First blood goes over to Vayne. To Sona, excuse me.
To Sona. It would have been nice on the Vayne, but sadly it wasn't to be. Sona with a cheeky power chord there picked up the 300 gold extra. Well, 400 gold for it being a first blood, and that will really help her in lane. Make sure that the wards are good, maybe pick up a ruby sightstone, get a bit more health and stay a bit tankier there. Advantage there, going over against NumN0, and a nice gank actually, definitely picking the right target, the immobile target of that Taric. Very slow, he's not got very much movement speed, only about 350 right now. And so the condemn into the wall just meant that he was pretty much a goner. You couldn't do much about it. Good play there overall by NumN0 to pick up a nice cheeky kill in the bot lane.
Very much so. So, you know, NumN0 showing a little bit of an advantage here, but here comes Cairo. And the Dazzle does land onto Mech He does Dark Flight in. The Ignite is down. Tony doing her best to heal back up, but here comes Fizz from the middle lane. They do manage to pick her up. There's Storm the Waters onto Life. He's going down as well. It's going to be a double kill for Fizz.
didn't even need the teleport. Like, that's what we were saying. We were saying that he's going to have a bit of trouble in that mid lane, but then when he roams, he's going to pick up the kills, and that's when he's going to become a threat. He didn't even have to teleport there. He used his Ignite and his ultimate, but hey, they're relatively short. Like, they'll come up soon enough. And now there will be fear for numero uno. Fizz is going to start to make things really, really difficult. Cheeky invade from Wannabe, realizing that Kairu and Mr. Left Leg were in that bottom lane, so he's gone in for this invade on the blue buff, but he could be going a little bit too low here.
Well, although sticking around, trying to help as well. He does smite it away before he gets too low, but here comes Mr. Left Leg. And Rin coming in as well, using the Dragon's Descent, trying to get onto him, but it's not quite enough. And here comes Gyrodork, trying to save him from going down. JJMC also right there, but there, Mr. Left Leg jumping in. Nice! Frozen Tomb out of Lissandra, manages to keep him away. JJMC picks that one up. Cairo picking up JJMC in return for that. He's going very, very low. Gyrodork landing the auto attack, managing to pop that Bloodwell passive. It was charged up quite nicely. And here comes Wannabe 1991. We do actually see the Dark Flight in. Flash first out of Gyrodork, but Wannabe 1991 charging in will be able to pick up the kill.
Really beautiful flash there from Gyrodork, actually. I thought that was very good. A nice stick around from Wannabe to make sure the kill's picked up. Overall advantage there going in their favor.
Oh,
Wynn goes in the bot lane.
Final hour popped in the bottom lane. AV gets condemned against the wall. Nice crescendo out of Feylife. Forces the barrier and flash out of Tjols. Beautiful play right there. 2 summoners burned. That is going to be huge in this lane.
That's going to be a lot of pressure going down. You've got to be careful, though, for the counter 6 coming out of AB and Trolls. That's when I think this Taric will start to be scary, and that's really why I think he picked up the Taric, for the squishy Sona, and the Sona will be the target. Here's a stun, and a bit of fight. Oh, nope.
No, not too much. McWangum making sure that his support does not take too much damage, dishing out auto attacks to everyone who tries to come in and harm her. Very, very nice AD carry.
Kairu coming in here.
Moving in, but the brush is warded. So numero uno will back away. And Kairu notices that and backs away himself as well. Wannabe 1991 now donating his blue buff over to Gyrodork. He has picked up the enemy blue buff before that. And just absolutely stellar jungle play coming out of him, as in the top lane JJMC goes aggressive onto Rin, dealing a lot of damage, but he will move back and farm away those minions.
Yeah, good. It's absolutely right that you do pick up on Wannabe's jungle play here. That's all the blue buffs have been denied right now from XU, and it's all down to Wannabe being in the right place and reading the map very well. I mean, that second blue buff was picked up off of a very good read of the two-man kill and two-man fight in bot, and overall they managed to convert it again into 2 kills in their favor over the 1 kill that went to XU just through the prolonged fight. Even like through the Bloodwell, they managed to make sure it worked out very nicely for them, and it is absolutely coming down to Wannabe's jungle play. I mean, he may not be taking towers every 2 minutes, but he is in the right place. He's putting down pressure and he's taking these buffs away. Engage in the bot lane.
Yeah, the lands onto fail life, yes, but nothing much is going to come from that. Just a little bit of damage traded, as XU not quite able to make those plays down here in the bottom lane without jungler intervention. He was sitting in that lower brush right there for quite a while, but we might see a dive on the top lane as Ren gets dove on by 3 members of numero uno. That's going to be a kill. Wannabe 1991 picks that one up.
I think the dragon just got deleted, really. That was a very nice series of play. A good ult there coming out of Wannabe, showing why you've got to be afraid of Sejuani. Dragon's Descent wasn't even used. Rin didn't have the chance to escape from that. And then what's also impressive is that Gyrodork didn't even use his ultimate. Huge amount of pressure
coming in at the bottom lane. Numero uno, very bad position down here. Crescendo is forced out, but Feylife going very, very low. The Ignite is down. Will he be able to pick him up? There's the teleport in from Mr. Left. Like he will dive straight on, pick himself up. A kill. Taric takes away the Sona. Nice play right there, and they're now in the bottom lane in force. They are going to move on towards this dragon, potentially looking to pick that one up. Just picked up 2 kills in the bottom lane. Gyrodork and Wannabe 1991 waiting just to the side of that blue buff entrance ramp. Wannabe 1991 is going to charge in here, try to go aggressive onto AV. Shun the Waters is used by Mr. Left Leg, but does not quite hit. And here Wannabe still goes aggressive. Hits the Frozen Tomb of Gyrodork. He manages to pick up AV. Kara going very low, has to run away. Will the Glacial Path be available? Will be very, very soon. No, he does decide not to go further pursue that. Instead, deal some damage onto Mr. Left Leg and Tjols. They managed to pick up a kill and prevent the dragon from happening. Nice counterplay coming out from numero uno right there.
Yeah, really good play there. They stopped the dragon, picked up a kill. good analysis of what they could do by NumN0. Like, the Sejuani ult wasn't available, but it didn't need to be. They were able to stop the Dragon, and in fact, turn it around with the return of Fairlife and McWangum. And here we go. Objective control. They denied the objective from XU, and they picked it up for themselves with the return of their duo lane. They're a bit behind on kills, but... Oh no, sorry, they're ahead on kills right now. They're just not letting anything get ahead of them.
Gyro jumping in the middle lane. Ring of Frost comes out of Gyrodork, but they're still going to pursue this one. Glacial Path. There's the Dragon's Descent trying to get onto Gyrodork, but he will be able to teleport away to his Glacial Path.
Yeah, just, again, really good play. Disengage when you need to disengage. Don't stay too long under towers. Take the objectives. Get your gold advantage. They're taking that Dragon now. That's going to be up in about 6 minutes. And the gold lead is in their favor. They have 1 kill advantage, but they've got a 3,200 gold lead because of that Dragon. They also have a tower, which they managed to take off with that 3-man dive earlier onto Rin. And it's just, this is very good methodical play coming out of NumN0. They're not going to let little disadvantages get them down, like the blue buff, like any sort of kills, a Fed Fizz. Fizz batting at 4th here with Wannabe.
And Wannabe, again, as soon as they start out that blue buff, he is there to steal it away, but now he's getting aggressed upon. Taking a little bit of damage, but he will not let himself get pushed away from that. He is going to contest that. JJMC also coming in. They're going to pick this up, and there's going to be the 3rd blue buff denied from XU. Such map control coming out of NumN0.
NumN0 showing us how it's done. This is absolutely how you play a top-level League of Legends. Objectives, map pressure. Objectives, map pressure. Kills are good. A Fed champion's good. They've got a Fed Fizz right now. But that's not stopping NumN0 from taking control. I mean, look where JJMC is. He's about to get ganked by Kairu. That is inevitable. He's on the inner tower, and his Kairu just to back that up. But he's not scared. He's pressuring, and here's Gyrodork in the bot lane.
Gyrodork in the bot lane using Glacial Path, flashing in, using the Ring of Frost onto Jules. That's a crescendo. Ivy getting caught in the Glacial Prison, in the, yeah, what was it? Frost Prison? I'm sorry about that.
The ultimate from Gyrodork.
Oh yeah, Joel's getting dived on here. He's gonna go down. Managed to do some damage on the McWangum, but he will just tumble right in, trying to take down AV. But here comes Kairu diving in with the Dark Flight. He manages. Oh, Wannabe managed to pick up the Taric here, but Kairu will go down to McWangum.
Whoa!
No, he will not. He will not. He did not manage to survive. Oh, there's the charge back in from Wannabe 1991. There's the Dark Flight in. Mr. Left Leg Pin managed to pick up Fairlife right there. It's a double kill for the Fizz. Crazy stuff happening in the bottom lane. And he's still going on to Gyrodork. Nice Glacial Path right there.
Keeps him alive. Wow. Really a crazy scene, like continuous scene of events. In the top lane, JJMC, seeing that all the fighting was going on in the bot lane, he knew he had the 2-level advantage over Rin. A massive CS lead, huge items in his advantage, and so he tower dove. He didn't just tower dove, he double tower dove. He finally picked up the kill just by the inhibitor of XU. Good play by JJ again, and it seems to be this continuous theme from NumN0. They can start to lose a fight, but because they've managed to look at the map and say, okay, we've either seen them walking over these wards, or we know because of the respawn timers that this is pretty much where these guys are going to be. They're playing aggressive right now, so they're probably going to have a gank, so we'll counter gank that. Or in the case of JJ and the other guys, they've just said, hey look, they're all down bot, let's go take this objective in top. Or let's dive, I know I can kill you. And now it's really starting to show results. It's a 2.6k advantage in favor of NumN0, but it doesn't seem like it's that little. Ooh, Charles, you're a bit deep there. Walks away.
Walks away.
Keeps himself safe. Good net there just to make sure he was in a good place. Mr. Left Leg's trying to find Gyrodork.
Yeah, he
Glacial Path going in.
Glacial Path. Deal some damage onto Mr. Left Leg. Nothing more is going to come out from that. He is a fed fish. The thing is, he needs to turn that into something. As it stands, NumN0 superior in terms of map control and map pressure. They are picking up the objectives, and Kairu coming down to the bottom lane, looking to help out a little bit right here.
There's a bit of a counter gank coming out from Wannabe.
Yep,
we might have a 3v3.
Jungler presence. Oh, look at that. They do use the Trilliasm. There's the engagement. Crescendo used Chols. Is condemned against the wall, but he will be managing to take down McWangum. In the meanwhile, Fairlife has to flash away from Mr. Left Leg. They pick up that one as well. And now Wannabe getting chased by 3 members of XU. Not sure if they'll be able to catch up quite, because that Sejuani is going very, very fast. We'll be able to get to safety. You do see the drop shot from Carrier over the wall, trying to go aggressive onto Garo Doric. Mr. Left Leg also using Playful Trickster to get there. They managed to fend them off. Still, 2 kills going over to XU on the bottom lane, and a little bit of a nice turnaround. They managed to take down the bottom turret. That's going to be the first turret of the game, but NumN0 immediately responding by taking down the middle outer.
Yeah, good play by XU here. They managed to pick up the right kills in the right place. Good counter gank and a very, very good teleport from Mr. Left Leg. And that's what I said you've got to be scared of. And it's showing Mr. Left Leg 6-1 right now. There's a lot of gold on him. He's got that Lich Bane finished, sitting on 1400 gold, so he's going to go back, probably pick up some Sorcerer's Shoes for a bit of magic penetration, take away the resistances that are going to be against him. We'll see that in just a second. Or is he waiting? I don't know. We'll see what he's getting. And then they're trying to consolidate it. They managed to pick up a tower, but at the same time, NumN0 are like, okay, have some kills. We're looking to win the game here, not play Call of Duty or anything like that. They're looking for the objectives, and they managed to take that middle outer tower. It's now 2-1 on towers. Still a tower advantage, despite the kills, for NumN0.
Well, XU has managed to catch up a little bit of in terms of gold. They have managed to lessen that gold deficit a little bit, but Dragon is now live when we see both teams hanging around that area looking for the Dragon Dance to happen. This might very well turn into a big engagement very soon, as both teams will want to have that extra gold in their pockets. It's a very tense situation right there. A poke coming down from both teams, but there's a Shirelle. Yes, look at that again. Crescendo used. Mr. Left Leg has to use the Playful Trickster. Frozen Tomb is used as well. Avi's gonna go down here, or will he? No, he manages to flash away, but Cairo in the middle of NumN0. Final hour was popped. There's the flash in from Garo Doric, trying to take down Mr. Left Leg, but he manages to turn it around. Will the Ignite be enough to take him down? No, it will not, but Fairlife is now in pursuit. In the meanwhile, JJMC looking to tower dive right here. Chills and Avi going very, very low. They both get picked up here by the Olaf, who managed to get him a double kill. Rin going to be the next target. Mick Weingum going very low, but they will manage to get the triple kill over to the Olaf. Cairo, the only survivor of that fight, now back on the base. They take the bottom outer turret, and they will move on towards the dragon and take the trophy for this fight.
Yeah, to the winner the spoils. I forget how that quote goes, but it really well played. And you can't say that XU played that badly. They still played it very well, but hey, that was a very fat Olaf coming in. He was still 2-1, had the Frozen Mallet, very tanky, lots of damage. He actually popped his Ragnarok ult really perfectly as the Dazzle from Avi was coming in, so he was able to stop that. And of course, Charles was still very low, very tanky against the low health AD carry. Squishy goes splat in that sense. I got to give a tip of the hat in that fight, actually, towards MC Weingum, who played it very well. He actually became a utility bot as the fight went on because of how low on health he was. So he managed to condemn, I think it was Charles or maybe Avi, very well into the wall, just to stop him from escaping the tower and stop him from putting out damage. It was all very good. And then, again, it happened right at the start. Whenever Garadork used that Frozen Tomb, he did cast it on Mr. Left Leg. Oh, the first blue buff of the game, Cairo, and you take it away from Left Leg. That's just snide. Either way. Yeah, he used the Frozen Tomb onto Mr. Left Leg, but the Playful Trickster was still available, and actually, Mr. Left Leg managed to use the Playful Trickster to escape the Frozen Tomb. It didn't have a lasting effect, and so Left Leg managed to pick up the kill onto Garador. It was very well played, but fight turned around in favour now of NumN0, and there's another fight breaking out.
Yep, wanna be 90-91 driving in onto Avi. He's in a little bit of trouble here, but there's a dive in from Cairo as well. Frozen Tomb is used right there. 1 kill each picked up so far, but here come the kills coming in for NumN0. They're taking this fight. Charles going very, very big here. It's the 3-for-3 so far. A very even fight between those two teams.
That was
and it
scary.
Ends like that.
3-for-3. 3-for-3 is always good. Like, that's a fair trade, but did you see how that JJMC just continued to destroy in that fight? He used that lifesteal really effectively and just put out chunks and chunks of damage. I mean, I'm just going to have a cheeky look over here. Yeah, he has now got Reckless Swing and Undertow both maxed. I think he maxed his Reckless Swing first. And so he was ripping people to pieces, along with the Shirelias. capability, which actually, sorry, I say that, it wasn't used, but now he does have Shirelia's Ghost, he's also got a Yumu's Ghost Blade, and that Ragnarok ultimate. He's going to be very hard. In fact, no, he's going to be impossible to stop from diving the backline, and he will do a lot of damage as well. And that fight, ultimately, gotta say, XU, you gotta be scared right now, because that was a fight without MC Winegum. They managed to disengage to make it a 3-for-3, but if MC Winegum had been there the whole time, I think that fight could have been a different story. Things are getting very tense here now. Numero Uno, they've now got a 3-1 tower lead. All of the outer towers are down. They have the dragon advantage. They're just, it's very tense right now. XU have got to be very careful. I think if XU put a toe out of line right now, that will be it. They will be punished for it by the very formidable force here of Numero Uno, and they'll be able to just shut them down and lock out this game. I think the next time we see a fight, if it is because XU get caught, we'll see an inhibitor fall or a Baron or some big objective like that. On the other hand, though, if we see Numero Uno make a mistake, rotate badly, something like that, while they're trying to go for these towers, trying to get a bit of map control. Maybe it'll be going for a dragon. It could be that far into the future. We could see a massive 5-man collapse coming out from XU, and with the huge burst they can put down with that Fizz and the Taric as well, who can just rip apart armor and allow the Shyvana, the Caitlyn, and the Kairu, sorry, the Aatrox to follow up. He's just always on Aatrox. It may as well be called Kairu. We can see a lot of burst onto one champion, which can then be converted into more objectives for XU. So tense. I cannot tell you how close it is for these two teams right now.
Yes, we do see a slight 4,000 gold lead in favor of Numero Uno 23 minutes into the game, but of course this is nowhere near as decisive as it was in the first game. We do remember Numero Uno in the first game by this point had already picked up an inhibitor for themselves. Were consistently winning those fights. They are still doing that right now, and as you have said, that fight in the jungle that we just did see go down, Mr. Mech Winegum was not there, and if he's there next time, he's going to be able to dish out a lot of damage. He's sitting on 1 kill, 4 deaths, and 4 assists, but still, he's coming out huge in these fights just by positioning himself, just by knowing which targets to attack at which time. I do have to say, Numero Uno, they do look like the stronger team here, but XU, they are still putting up a fight, just like before, and this time it's even more of a fight than we saw in Game 1. As it stands, things are quiet on the Rift. Both of these teams are farming up, potentially looking for the next big fight to happen, and this might very well be the case right now, as 3 members of XU are collapsing onto JJMC. Does pop the Ragnarok, but manages to deal some nice damage onto Mr. Leftleg. The Ignite is down, but it will not be enough to get the kill. He goes down, and in the middle lane, Cairo a little bit aggressive onto Wannabe 1991, trying to prevent this middle inner turret from going down. Overall, nice pickup for XU. I'm going to see if they can make something out of the 20 seconds that JJMC, a very formidable force from Numero Uno, is dead.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go for something. Counter-pressuring in the mid lane to stop. Oh, they've got in!
Talisman of Ascension is again used, and Ivy getting caught out right there. The Crescendo is used out of fail up there, diving onto Ivy, but it may not be the best target to go on. We do see the re-engagement out of XU. Frozen Tomb is used, dealing very, very good damage, and there we go. Mr. Leftleg gets taken down. 2 kills so far in favor of Numero Uno.
MC Winegum just wasn't able to be shut down in the backline. It was a good attempt there by Mr. Leftleg, but with the final hour and the tumble, the stealth you get from that just meant that he couldn't actually kill Winegum. He landed off of his playful trickster in the middle of them, and was just kind of like, oh, where'd she go? I can't see her. Ah, what's going on? And then the fight just started to fall apart. Very scattered across. Dragon being picked up.
Yeah, they do turn it into a dragon again. Numero Uno, after every big fight, they pick up an objective or 2 for it. They are making these opportunities on the map. The map is theirs. They know what to do with fights. On the contrary, if we see XU in a fight, they're just not in a position to make the big push for objectives. JMC and Rin in a little bit of a quarrel here in the middle lane, but nothing's going to come from that. Another dragon over to Numero Uno brings their gold lead back up to approximately 6,000, and they know what to do with leads, as we have seen.
Yeah, XU just got to be very light on their feet right now. They did actually convert that catch onto JJ into a tower. Rin managed to push that down, and Shyvana's a tower-pushing beast right now. Ravenous Hydra being completed along that Sunfire Cape on Rin just meant that she could go and take the tower with no real contestation available to them. But yeah, there's a lot of pressure coming out from Numero Uno. I can't say it enough at all. They really are doing the right thing with their pressure right now. They're saying, hey, kill objective.
Oh, and Fairlife may get caught out here by Mr. Leftleg. The crescendo does miss. There's the S in the hole, and Mr. Leftleg will be able to pick up the kill.
Catch. Now, can they convert it?
Yep.
This is what we're saying right now. We've got to see XU, if they really want to take control of this game, they have to take that kill that they've just got now.
They're barreling down the middle lane right now.
And they've got to do something with it. Winegum's dancing is a little bit of a taunt, but this is going to be so difficult for them. They can't tower dive this Sejuani. JJ's really bad. There's Lissandra there as well that you can't dive. What do you got to do? They're going to have to use the range of Charles' Caitlyn right now to siege up the tower.
It is going down quite fast, and here's the fight. Frozen Tomb used out onto Chols. Everyone's diving in at the exact same time, but look at that. It does look like XU will come out on top in here. McWindham getting chased down here by Kyra. Blade of Torment not quite landing, but that's the flash, and Darkflight will be enough to pick up the double kill for him, and this is exactly what they needed. 3-0 fight in the middle lane after having caught out Fairlife just beforehand. Wannabe 1991 has to recall back to his base. That will open up the middle inner turret for the taking here for XU. They have been looking for that. The gold lead is now back to 1,000. It was 6,000 just a few seconds ago. This is very, very huge. They're still going onto this inhibitor turret, and the death timers for Numero Uno are still very, very high. They're now going to dive onto Wannabe 1991 as well. He is going to go down here. They're going to pick up the kill. They're going to pick up the inhibitor as well. Fairlife can just stand and watch, and this is huge for XU.
Absolutely what XU needed right there. Catch objective, and they managed to punish the engage that came out from Numero Uno. Numero Uno said, hey guys, we're still in the lead, we've got fed guys, let's fight them. But they fought them away from the tower, and it was a 4v5. There was a lot of
Fairlife actually using the crescendo onto Mr. Leftleg right there. He uses the playful trickster, and Fairlife will be able to pick him up right there with a nicely placed power chord. A little bit of an unfortunate recall right there.
Supports are OP, didn't you know? And wow, actually, Fairlife being the support of the game right now, they're converting that into a Baron.
They are.
This is pretty big coming back now. This is it though. Pick objective.
They're starting this off. Cairo is poking his head in, but Gyrodork and Fairlife are immediately diving back, and will he be able to get the steal going right there? The smite will come out. He does not manage to get the steal. So it is going to be the Baron for Numero Uno, and Cairo has to use that Dark Flight over the wall. He is still getting pursued. The Ignite is ticking away. He will go down. Gyrodork picks up that one. It's going to be the Baron for Numero Uno, and it's just a series of turnarounds all over in this game.
Oh, XU, they were doing so well, but Mr. Leftleg just got caught. They did the really right thing. Objective after a catch, and they took an inhibitor. They took 4 objectives off of one catch. It was 3,000 in an inhibitor, which was huge. That does open up the map beautifully for XU, but not enough now because the Baron is back in the hands of Numero Uno. A really good conversion there based off catching Mr. Leftleg. Fantastic tip of the hat there to Fairlife, who ultimately took down Mr. Leftleg while he was looking in the shop to see what he could find. And what he did find was a Sona who had some music to play him.
Yep.
Wow.
Beautiful, beautiful music. And it was the music that managed to get that Baron to Numero Uno. They did the exact correct thing. They got the pick onto Mr. Leftleg. Obviously, that was a huge damage source gone from XU, and they went for it. They went for the Baron. XU was too far away. Only Cairo could get there in time, and then we did see Gyrodork doing his best to keep them away. Fairlife also doing his best, continuing his marvelous support here in this game. Cairo did dive in, try to get the steal done, but nice smiting out of Wannabe 1991, secured the Baron and the kill.
Yeah, I think there was a steal last time. Did Wannabe? I can't quite remember. There've been some amazing smite steals across the course of the weekend. They're all blurring into one massive smite steal that just gets me going, whoa! But objectives being the focus, we now see Numero Uno collapsing onto a dragon.
Oh, McWang, getting caught here by Mr. Leftleg, uses the flash. Final arrow is also popped. Will he be able to take down Mr. Leftleg? Nice condemn right there, but Mr. Leftleg will just dive in and take him down. Nice pickup right there. We'll see what they'll make out of it. That's the Baron gone from the Vayne, though, and that could be potentially very, very huge.
Now, let's see. Leftleg's going back, though. He's too low. He can't really push this tower. There's a minion wave at it. but they're just going to see what they can. Maybe they're going to muster for a 5. There's still 28 seconds on Winegum. An axe going out, and we could see a fight attempt coming out.
Oh, the fail life does get dazzled right there, and the dive in immediately follows. Frozen Tomb used onto AV. Chill's getting almost taken down right there by the Olaf. He will be picked up right there. JJMC will go down, though, to the Aatrox. It's a double kill so far for Lysandra, as Cairo trying to his best to jump right in there. Zonia's out of Garodrek. Manages to evade death, and they turn it into a 4-0 into an ace, actually, in that middle lane. Numero Uno are going to push down this middle lane here. They're going to take down the middle inner, potentially even the middle inhibitor, potentially even the inhibitor itself, as respawn timers are sitting at a little more than 20 seconds right now. They are looking to make this game ready for the taking, really.
Yeah, really good fight there by Numero Uno. That was a 4v5. Mr. Left Leg went back. He was low on health. He just picked up MC Winegum and said, hey guys, I've got teleport. Let's use it. They picked the fight, and they lost the fight 5v4. That just shows how well that AoE team composition from Numero Uno did. Winegum arrives just to get a bit of credit on the inhibitor, and they're disengaging. They're going to try and run away. Will AV let them? I think he will. He can't really stop that. They're too quick with that. It's not called a Shirelles anymore.
Talisman of Ascension, I think.
Talisman of Ascension, that's the one. They managed to use the Talisman just to get out of range of Tarek, but objectives are coming out right now. It may be 5-5 on towers, but here's another dragon going over. Or
But
will
XU will contest this one. This will be another fight. Oh, they managed to get the steal with a nice build over Peacemaker. So that's going to be a little bit of gold in XU's direction. They're still far behind, though. There's the deadline to 1B99 and Kyrie jumping in. This might be the game-deciding fight right here. If XU lose this, they will be out of the game. But look at that. They're doing quite well. Kyrie going very, very low, though. Has to jump away, and that is going to be it. Kills are coming in for Numero Uno. There we do see Cairo go down. Troll's going to be the next target. And Rin, the final survivor for XU, he's not going to be able to prevent anything from happening here. Numero Uno will go down this middle lane. They have picked up the inhibitor already. There's a big minion wave coming in. Super minions at the front. They're going to charge down. They're going to want to take down this Nexus, and they will be able to. The death timers are just way too high. Nexus turrets are being attacked. There they go. They're being chunked down. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Numero Uno. Well, we do see Rin driving in with the Dragon's Descent. Actually managing to do quite a bit of damage, but here he will go down. But will this be enough? Will this have bided enough time for the rest of the team to come up? No, it will not. The Nexus goes down. Ivy doing his best to try to prevent this one, but Mech Winegum is just going to keep doing damage to the Nexus. Ladies and gentlemen, this will be Numero Uno picking up the win here in the EGL Summoners Cup number 14 Grand Final against XU in a beautiful series. They win 2-0, but it might as well have been a 2-1 or even a 1-2.
Like, amazing games we saw there. But ultimately, we saw an amazing series of map play coming out from Numero Uno. They had the right pressure in the right places, able to make that catch. We did see the good attempt at a comeback coming out of XU. They did so well, but then Mr. Left Leg just got caught. Really good play by Fail Life to pick him up there. Supports were overpowered. I tell you, they are the most overpowered role in this game right now.
Yes, they are.
Fail Life showed it. Han Solo Q, mate. What can you tell us about that game?
Please tell us. I am itching to hear what you have to say.
Congratulations to Numero Uno. Commiserations to XU. They played really well that game. Again, I think Numero Uno did have the better picks. They had a much far superior team comp compared to XU. XU played really well. The Fizz had such good roaming. I think 3 times he teleported bot lane and managed to pick up kills. He got so fed, but unfortunately, the Olaf on the top lane and Lysandra both got equally as fed and just completely countered him. Fizz couldn't do enough. Fizz can one-shot the Vayne, but what can you do? He can't go for the Olaf, he can't go for Lysandra. They can just mop up, and I think that's how Numero Uno won that game. They had great vision all over the map. They got every dragon, they pushed every tower. Every time they had a fight and they won, they would do something with it, and that's how they won. Good game.
That Olaf was very impressive. Like, I questioned and critiqued it at the start, but JJ really showed us what a beast Olaf can be.
Yeah, Olaf is just unstoppable, obviously. With that ultimate, he just runs through, he ignores everything and went straight onto that Caitlyn. She couldn't do anything.
Yeah, it was very well played there by Numero Uno. Of course, congratulations to them. 3,200 RP going over to them for winning. And of course, triumphant Rise skin showing that they have in fact won a tournament here with the EGL. Commiserations in second place with the RP prizes going over, of course, to XU. And we cannot forget to mention our other teams today. Third place team for you was the Bananas in Tuxedos, who managed to take their win earlier on in the evening.
Yep. Very well played. Out of all the teams, thank you to all of them for participating. Thank you for watching. It has been one hell of a weekend, and we will be back next weekend with our EGL Summoners Shield number 15. That's going to be our unranked to gold tournament. Signups are now open. If you want to play, be sure to visit is.gd/EGL Shield 15. Sign up your team and hopefully compete for a grand prize of 3,200 RP and the triumphant Rise. Ladies and gentlemen, as for us, this has been it. I have been the Patch. This has been Halfcast. We have been accompanied by our analyst, Han Solo Q. We are going to say goodbye. Thank you for watching, and have a nice evening.
Good night, ladies and gents.